Hi guys, it's Crystal with Design Bundles. Today I'm going to show you guys a few tips and tricks for your Cricut Joy. We're going to be creating this super cute water bottle right here. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go over the supplies for today's tutorial. So today I'm using this Magic Starcraft vinyl. It's really cool. It's like very holographic, lots of different colors to choose from. So here I've got a green, a pink, as well as a purple. And I'm going to decide to go with the pink. I'll show you guys here in just a second. So what's really cool is you can take these against your, items. So for example, today I'm doing this water bottle here and it's in black. So it's really going to pop off of it. So I can kind of hold it up here and figure out which one I like best. And so I went ahead and decided to go with this really pretty pink here. So we've got our vinyl here. We've got our water bottle. You can definitely pick these up all over the place. And as you guys can see here, it's just a black metal water bottle. And this stuff will really pop off here. All right, next up is this really cool hack right now, and it's using a lint roller. There is a clear lint roller. I'll have it linked down below. It's really cool, and or you could just use some transfer tape. But if you guys want a nice hack, definitely check it out. I'm going to be using a weeding tool here as well as a squeegee, and then I've got my green mat. And once again, my vinyl. So let's go ahead and head on over here. This is over here on Design Bundles. This is the design I'm using today. It's only one credit if you guys are a Plus member, and I wanted to show you guys, even though it's set as a sticker, you can use it for all sorts of stuff. So I've got my Cricut Design Space. I've already opened it on my iPad, and the very first thing I want to do is change it over to the Cricut Joy. Next up, we're going to go ahead and bring in our design, and the way to do that is you're going to hit Uploaded Images, and then you're going to hit Open Uploaded Images because I've already downloaded this into the Design Space. So you're going to go ahead and click on it here and hit Insert. Next thing we want to do is size it. So to figure out your measurements, you can simply just take a ruler, tape measure of some sort, and figure out about how big you want it to be. So I recommend to stay inside of the area that doesn't have the curve. So stay right within that 6 inches right there. So I'm going to go ahead and come here. The very first thing I'm going to start out with is saying, okay, I want it to be 6 inches wide. If we hit the edit button here, we can go ahead and size this out. So I'm going to go ahead and hit 6 inches high. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my tape measure again, take that width that it's going to give us and figure out, okay, well, is this going to be okay? It's around 5.5 inches wide. All right, so I'm happy with this. I think everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and pinch my screen just like this to kind of bring the screen down. It's not resizing it, just bringing it down. If you hit on this color right here, we could go ahead and change it. See that little dot there? Click on it and you can change your color and then hit apply. This is also the same area you would change it from a cut file to a draw file. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to pink so I can visually see that I'm using my pink vinyl. I'm going to hit make it, and all of a sudden I'm going to get a warning. So if you ever notice a little warning sign down here, there's an issue. And so you can go ahead and click on layers, and then you can click on that little warning tab, and it's going to give you why. Why is the warning? So it'll give you the information. So it's saying we can't cut wider than 4.5 inches. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go back to edit, and I'm going to go back to the width, and I'm going to type in 4.5 and then click there. Now you notice right away the warning goes away. So if you ever get a warning, that's a tip from me, is just definitely click on layers, click on that little warning, and it's going to give you the info. So now I'm just double checking again, is 4.5 inches wide good enough? And then the height that it's going to give us. So I'm completely happy with it, and we're ready to go. So we're just going to click on make it, and now it's going to give us an option to cut without the mat or on the mat. For this tip today, I'm going to show you can cut without the mat, and I'm not using smart materials. So right here it's telling us how big we need this piece to go. So right there on the left side, that's the exact measurements you need to cut it. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab me a piece of this vinyl right here with my paper trimmer. You want this to be super straight. So highly recommend that you use a paper trimmer. So I'm going to go ahead and size this out. So I'm going to go ahead and get this right here, and then we're going to go ahead and get our first cut just like so. And then we're going to go ahead and set this piece aside and get ready to cut the other side. So once again, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm keeping these lines super straight. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to go and cut it down. I really love this holographic. I think it's super pretty. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Now you can see super nice straight lines, and this is perfectly sized down. We're going to go ahead and take and get this out of our way and hit continue. From here, we're going to go ahead and change our material. I'm going to hit all material and I'm just going to type in smart. So that way I can figure out which smart materials I can type in. I'm not using smart materials, but I'm going to look for, like a holographic or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and get ready to load this into my machine. So I'm going to go ahead and take this over to the Cricut Joy. We'll get these out of the way here. And then you're just going to load it. You want to load it underneath these little white feet right here. And then your Cricut Joy is automatically going to take this into the machine here. And then it's going to get ready to cut it out. Now there's no buttons on the Cricut Joy. So what you want to do is go back to your iPad or phone. And then you're going to hit go. So it's ready to go. So you can see now it's saying preparing, and then it's going to send it back over to the machine and start cutting it out. So what I love about the Cricut Joy is it's super simple to use with your phone or your tablet. You can still use your laptop or desktop as well. So it's just great for on the go or using in your kitchen or wherever you want to. So we're going to go ahead and hit unload from the iPad as well. Now I'm going to show you guys a little trick here. If you guys use a bright pad to do your weeding when it comes to holographics are sometimes hard to weed because you can't really tell where it's at. Number one, you can keep your iPad open like I have done over here on the side to help kind of visually see where you're going to weed if you don't have a bright pad. You can just kind of look at it and kind of figure out where those lines are. Now we're not using that. We're going to get it out of our way and we're just going to use the bright pad. So you guys can't really tell on camera, but in person, when you have a little bit lower lighting, you can see right through this. It makes weeding a dream, and these are just nice for therapeutic. They're so fun to weed like this. All right, so now that we've got it to go, look how super cute this turtle is. I think it's a ton of fun. So we're going to go ahead and take that lint roller here. You could use your transfer tape, contact paper, whatever you have, but I think this is really cool that we can use this lint roller. So we're going to go ahead and get us a piece off here. So one side does not have sticky and the other does. I highly recommend that you go ahead and maybe place this on your t-shirt or pants and then rub it out 1 or 2 times to get off that super stick. All right, so now we're ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and kind of fold this down like a taco right in the center. I'm not concerned that a couple of these pieces are not underneath here. As long as it's attached in one piece, you're going to be good to go. So we're going to go ahead and just rub. Highly recommend that you guys really rub the heck out of this thing to get it attached to your transfer sheet. This is going to make it a breeze. Look at how cool this looks on the back side. I love this holographic on like acrylic blanks and things like that because it gives you a whole nother color on the other side. It's just a ton of fun. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to light up my bottle. You want to already have cleaned this with alcohol to remove any sort of oils. You're just going to go right down in the center and then rub all the way around. So you're just going to wrap it around, and then you can either just rub this with your hands to really rub it in. You just really want to rub once again to really get that adhesive adhered to the water bottle. All right, so I'm going to show you guys, you can also use your scraper tool just to really go over this and really burnish it in there to make sure it's going to last a long time. All right, so now you're just going to peel at an angle, and that's it. How super adorable is this? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.